Hello everybody, Daz here, welcome to my personal build, Baby Blue. I promise you to start it for a while, but believe me, I have even more frustration than anybody else. I would say that 2017 and so far 2018 is the most frustrating time for any builder because you can't get any parts essentially, and it includes both electronics and water cooling. So what happened with me personally, I wanted to start way back already in October. I got the Threadripper, and a little bit after motherboard arrived for Gigabyte Designer. So I was ready to go, and but I looked what's new because Threadripper is such a new CPU block, CPU itself, so the blocks was kind of limited. EK released very plain looking like squarish model, which wasn't very appealing for me personally, so I started looking what else is around, and Watercool come up with a very cool model for Threadripper which looks like totally awesome, so I tried to get it from Watercool since beginning of November, and they keep telling me yes, 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 soon, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, and now we're sitting in, for God's sake, middle of February, and they even started responding any emails. So, no go, right? And meanwhile, just this week, EK released pretty cool looking monoblock which fits both Designer and Gaming 7. So I decided that, listen guys, this looks really sweet and I would like to use it. And that basically kicked the whole process of my build, because I decided that, you know, if I can't get all parts I want, I can't just sit and wait until the all parts get obsolete essentially, right? And the final delay is that everybody's suffering, everybody will understand what I'm talking about. I was thinking maybe to get like 1080 Ti or something like this, like good luck, right? So it's either totally overpriced that I just refuse to participate in all this gouging scheme, and I try to be on mail list from Nvidia, and I can tell you multiple times I get emails that they get stuff in stock, I'm logging in, it's already sold out. I don't know, probably people just sit by computer and check it every 5 seconds because it's essentially sold out at the point when you're getting this email, which is ridiculous, right? So I decided that hell of it, I will just go with what I can get, and I also will harvesting some parts. And my latest build with the most recent GPU was this green lantern, and it was handy computer. I use it from time to time in the office to do that and that, so I didn't really wanted to kill it, but this was no choice. I have to harvest my GPU 1080 out of it and basically mod it a little bit. The reason is that the whole scheme of green lantern was obviously green color. I even I painted myself. I painted myself backplate in the green, some accent, like a logo was green, so obviously it doesn't really play well with idea of my Baby Blue build. Like, I don't really plan to use much green or any green at all in my current build, so it didn't work out for me. Also, to be honest, the models that I use for GPU block on 1080, it was plain vanilla acetal block, which is just black squarish thingy, and I usually prefer to use acrylic, just to like it more. I know some people hate acrylic because they think it's cracked. I always use acrylic on all my builds for years, and I was like it, don't have any problems. So I wanted to see what I can use, and the only blocks that I actually have, so I don't need to like hunt it again, was Beats Power. I have a few in stock, and so this acrylic block was exactly the same card. So what I did essentially today, I removed EK block and I installed this Beats Power block on. So it has this pretty black kind of panel, but realistically it's easily removable, so I will see and look what maybe I can mod it or something do, because I'm not really a big fan of big logos, so you know that Beats Power is like free, like massive logos everywhere, the same like everybody else, so we'll see. I also considering, if you remember, I did a review a few weeks ago that this terminal for Beats Power, you also can get the ones that has like ports in different directions. So I see maybe it will benefit me, I'm not sure yet, but this is another option that I'd like to investigate. So a few things there. So for today, I only just want to give you some scoop what I have to do and like what parts I'm going to use. Interesting thing, when I was disassembling this green lantern, and I use a modified Predator unit, which is essentially I just use radiator and pump combo and just convert it in a hard tube type of build. It was a little bit problem with the Predators, it was cracking and leaking, so it seemed like mine worked fine, but when I was disassembling I actually noticed that mine cracked as well, and I have a little bit of liquid kind of seeping and not fast enough, it's just drying up, so I have more like white residue on a fitting, but basically mine cracked too, so I thought maybe to sell it to fund the project a little bit further, but essentially it's just faulty unit, out of warranty and everything, so this will be right off. Maybe I can salvage pump out of it, but overall the thing is not usable. And actually it's good that I disassemble the system in this sense, because if it starts leaking, who knows, maybe crack will get bigger and you get into troubles and things like this. So that's all about Green Lantern. Now it's a history, I have only case left itself, not sure what I will do with it. Maybe I'll sell it, maybe I'll reuse for some other project. It's a really cool and a neat computer, I really like it, so I have a little bit trouble to get rid of it, because I'm kind of hoarder in a way, so I have a lot of stuff that I don't really need, but I have no strength to get rid of it, so to speak. And that's basically our build that's going to start next week when I start assembling things. I don't want to start assembling case yet, because I would like to position parts and get some idea what kind of reservoir and how plumbing will go in the bottom section, and maybe I need to drill one hole for draining point. And obviously I don't want any power supply or motherboard, anything already installed, so you have like aluminum shavings flying everywhere. So that's the reason I keep it so far, like don't really go anywhere here. Anyways, so that's where we're going. I obviously will make more detailed tutorials for you and give you a little bit thought process when I will decide how plumbing goes, which probably will be the most trickiest part and which part I use. This is more like preparation stuff, harvesting of hardware from a different computer, so I don't feel that it's worth telling you what I'm doing, because it's relatively obvious, right? Thanks a lot again, see you soon guys, have fun!